Welcome to the Insightcafe. I'm your host, Nikon Gormley, and today, I have my dear friend, Miss Nikki. Her full name is Miss Natini Titi Pinya Picha, and she is the Director of Media and International Communications at an international PR agency. She's also a spokesperson for the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, the Republic of Indonesia and Thailand, and the Indochina market. Moreover, she's also the advocate for gender diversity in the workplace. And not just that, there's more. She's an invited lecturer, speaker in communications and business as well as the LGBTQ advocate in local and international organizations in Thailand. And she's even spoken in Germany as well. She's the founder of the YouTube channel, TransTalents, where she hopes to, and correct me if I'm wrong, really give the trans community more resources on how to lead a professional life.
Correct, yeah.
And I'm going to read her mission, because her mission, that's one of the reasons we're talking, is your mission is to help rebrand the stereotype of the Thai trans community to show that they too deserve equal opportunity to add value to companies, communities, and countries in the long term for the betterment of society as a whole. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning ค่ะ
So we've done this podcast in Thai, but it was so moving and so powerful to me that I had to invite you back to do the English version. And one of the main reasons I invited you on is to really not only share your story, but I think, and people are going to see it in your story, that the things you've had to overcome and the resources you had to find in yourself to create what you've created, I think are remarkable. So I'd love for us to start. Tell us your story. How did Miss Nikki become Miss Nikki today?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you again for inviting me to join this, English version. Insightcafe is so happy to be here. Actually, my life was starting, very, very simple, as you say. I was born and raised in Thailand, in Bangkok, for the 3 decades, and I was born in slum. And living as a transgender in Thailand is still a curse. In the Thai society, when you were, born and raised in the community where the transgender is not accepted, it's very hard. And also the people around, family, friends, the media in Thailand also portray us as those who are not credible, as those who can have the life that end with sad stories, a tragedy as always, who has just only one card as a failure, cannot be successful in life. I don't know why this idea came in. So at the beginning of my early age, all the transgender people have been, working in quite, 3 sectors: beauty, media, entertainment sector. And I had a question that, what if I do different, which is work in the professional careers and do something different that the society, label us what to do. So I paved my way with that belief into today I am, many decades. I proved that actually trans can work in the professional career as I am today. I work in many organizations, public and private sectors, and I proved that we could be the value asset and value added to the community, to the company, to the society. Yeah, that's here I am today.
I guess as a young person, where did you find that inside of you to say, I'm going to do something different?
The biggest challenge in life, I think, is about believing in yourself. I never believe what the others say to me that I can't. I always say to myself that how can I do it? How can I be better? So I think believing in yourself is very important. It's gonna give you an answer and the direction in which you can go.
And so this kind of drive and energy led you to getting a scholarship in Switzerland. What was that journey like and going eventually studying in Switzerland?
I also believe that education is very important. Having education overseas add more value to my journey to work in the professional career. And I was the first transgender who won this scholarship, competing all around ASEAN students to go to Switzerland to pursue my study in master's degree in tourism.
Congratulations. What was it like for you to, start your professional career and really make your way to the top because now you're the director, right? Because I'm sure you had to face a lot of walls along the way.
My journey is also, as you can imagine, trans never get the doors open for them
We talked
when
about
applying
that
the job.
in the Taiwan.
In Thailand, I share you statistics. 77% of the transgender women got rejected from the job application. And I was one of that.
Simply because they were trans. Have you ever had anybody just tell you to your face that we can't give you this job because you're a transgender woman?
Often.
Often.
You know, when I was applying the jobs and came back from Switzerland, at that time I thought like, yeah, I got a very, you know, quality education and background, 50 organization, and I didn't get any job. And you know, I was the one that just called them, asking all that organization, what was the reason why you rejected me? I was very brave that time. I don't know why, but I was curious. But I want to make it clear. But around 10, they said like, because of my gender identity, I'm a trans woman. I dress like this way, so I was not credible. And the organization didn't welcome this look. And that surprised. But in the end, I think I never give up. And I still really believe in there's always like, you know, some doors that open for you. Yeah.
What I like about your story is, and I really tell this a lot to my clients too, there is something about being more curious than afraid. I love the way you stayed in the game. Keep trying it, keep knocking on doors until somebody opens, until somebody gives you a chance. Yeah. I think so many people get discouraged, and after the first or second door or third door,
even though I'm playing in a non-fat game, but I still like, you know, pushing myself to play in this game because I want to prove that I can do something different. That's the strong belief that I had, and I want to pursue in this journey. Otherwise, you know, James, I could go for, you know, beauty pageant, do some kind of
like everybody else. Someone might say, you know, we don't hire transgender people because they're hormonal or they're not dependable. What would you say to things like that? Like the stereotypes you're up against when you're entering the workforce?
If you close your mind to people you just meet, you miss some hidden opportunities to know people, not only about the transgender, I mean, to everybody. Right. So open door for the people who you don't know and try to get them to learn more about them first then, and then you can judge.
Whenever there's not love present, you will have misunderstanding. In your mind, what's the hidden gems of having a more gender diverse workforce?
We as a transgender, we have been facing a lot of pressure, discrimination, stigmatized, and hardship. But I'm not going to tell you that, okay, accept me because of this kind of drama story. No, I think I see some key elements of us about the resilience, adaptability. Organization nowadays talk a lot about these two things. When hiring the people, right? The more you have the diverse people working in your organization, productivity, your creativity, your performing would be like much better improved. Organization nowadays are developing this kind of value added to the organization workforce.
Because you see now often, I think what organizations are looking for, especially in my work, or what they ask me to train their people to do is like emotional resilience, creativity, adaptability, innovative thinking, problem solving. I think you've demonstrated all those things and more in your story. Because of circumstance, the perhaps trans community already have these things with them, right? In the things they're faced with every day. So they bring those things to the workforce. What was the hardest wall you've had to overcome within yourself or within your career path?
As a transgender, we are facing two wars right now. The first war is about legal war, you know, battlefield that, you know, same-sex marriage, partnership bills, gender equality recognition by the law and regulation. Another thing, which is maybe bigger and very important as well, about the war of, you know, perception of thinking of the people. People prejudge, discriminate because of the way this group of people like transgender stay to who they are. This is a war that we are facing, how to make people understand that diversity is already exists. It's there as always.
You still face those things in your day-to-day life?
Working with community, my friends, they have raised this issue to me every day. I'm so grateful to be able to help them, to empathize and to listen to them and be part of their hardship and to help them to twist their mindset and think in a way that could make them feel better. That could define as a mental health.
Mental well-being for all. Because I really believe it's everybody's right to have mental well-being. What would you say to some people who would say that you're just asking for special attention, or you're asking for special privilege?
We are requesting to the things that we never get. It doesn't mean that we need some extra. We don't need special treatment. We need just the basic human rights that everyone in the society should get it, should receive it since they was born as a human in this land, in this country, right? Why this happened? Have you ever questioned why this happened to the people in the society, to your peers, to your friends? Don't afraid, the people who are different. I think we should embrace and welcome them to join in the game, especially in workplace.
Because you're the founder of TransTalents, so I'd love to hear more about that. Like, what's your vision and mission with it, and what do you hope to achieve with it?
For this platform, I call TransTalents. It's trans. It's not a transgender only. It's a transformation to be a talent. So I welcome everybody. But first, I would focus on the transgender issue in the workplace, on the professional career. Two targets. The first target is about transgender who need all the resources, trainings, advice, empowerment, and direction or whatever, to help them to grow and to learn about how to be able to grow or thrive in the professional career. And second target is about the corporate company. I want to make the company know that actually trans can work. Trans can be professional to eradicate the image of incredibility. This keyword is it's a curse. I want to remove this one and get people to know us more.
Who did you look up to, or who was the person that inspired you?
No one.
No one. You didn't have any role models.
I look at myself. That's why
Really?
I told you I didn't have any role model, because in that time,
they didn't exist, right?
3 decades back, we had no transgender working in the professional career and be a role model at all. We have just, beauty pageant.
But there was no top CEO or
No.
Forbes list. You didn't have any of that in Thailand. If you would talk to little Nikki, what would you say?
Nikki, you are so cool. It's good that you don't believe anyone else and believe in yourself. And that's, you could see yourself in me as today.
That's powerful. If you could give a gift to the people listening, what would that gift be?
First, for yourself, give the permission for you to live, to learn, and to grow. To do something different, go for it. And that's key important why you can be yourself today. Apart from empathy yourself, I think you need to empathy, the people around, your friends, your family, your society, that everyone need to be part of the community. Don't leave anyone behind. Just, get them included. And that could make the world much bigger and better.
And I think if I were to reflect on our conversation today, it really goes back to what Robin Charbit said. I think it's when there's a lack of love, there's misunderstanding. And to go back to what you just said is, I think when there's misunderstanding, there's so much opportunity cost wasted on misunderstanding. In what you're sharing is, you could have a lot more powerful leaders and creators and talents, right, to want to grow and thrive in an organization if you give them an opportunity. I can't help but wonder how many people you are, of all genders, you are already inspiring.
Thank you so much, James. I think not only me who can inspire, everyone could enhance these issues together, inclusivity and equality. Because it's not that we have a problem and only trans need to talk about, need to address about it. I think everyone could help it because we are living in together. And I believe the power of people and togetherness could bring something better and more powerful if we moved together.
A mentor, Michael Neal, and he asked somebody, how many people does it take to make a sandwich? And the person's well, one person, it's only me. And it's but if you really think about it, you need someone to make the bread, to pack it, to grow it. You need someone to make the jam. And I think with organization, it's nothing is ever done by yourself. You really do need everybody to be at your best, to grow a community and a country, I reckon. What would you like help with?
Would just help separate the understanding among each other. When you listen to our podcast today, you could understand and how you could respect. I think these 2 keywords would be a key message for today. And you can help this by not judge people, including transgender, open your eyes and your heart to learn more about these people. And yeah, you could share this podcast too.
Yeah,
to help,
okay. Share this
spread this kind of
podcast. That's what
thing.
you gotta do.
You're right.
All right. Well, this was a wonderful conversation. I'm so happy we did it in English. I want to share this with all my friends. And I don't know if anybody's told you this, but I'm really proud of you and everything you've done and everything you continue to do. I hope to just spread this message of just love, like everything in what you're saying. All I hear is just love for your own community, for yourself, and for the people who you work with. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and energy and heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you have done and your inspirational, podcast, and I hope people enjoy and be, and do something better for yourself and your community. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I will see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.